Hi, it's day 19 of your returned exercise workout series program with Jules. Hope you're feeling good today. Glad you're here with me, chugging through these guys. Weights and band for our warm-up. Same thing we're gonna need for our workout, actually. Just saying that now, I don't know why. Just because I want to, I suppose. On our backs, we can do this in a couple of ways. We're gonna do our short, quick squeezes and our long squeeze both today during our warm up. On your back, you can let your knees fall open. You can let them fall out for more of like kind of butterfly if that feels okay on your hips. You can go straight legs on the ground. Something though that you know you can relax in. But as always, experimenting with various positions. Stretch on the pelvic floor, or stretch on the hips, or not. See how that changes the way you breathe, the way your 360 breath responds, the way your squeezes respond. Always good to, again, learn your body, know what's going on for you. So let's start with a 360 breaths, pelvic floor breaths here. I am going to stay in a reclined butterfly, relaxing my shoulders back, making sure my hips are nice and loose. Inhale, feeling my rib cage expand, feeling a little bit of that pressure through the back, and letting the air go all the way down into my pelvis. Relax my pelvic floor, which feels nice and vulnerable here, stretched out to its full length in my reclined butterfly. And then an exhale, lightly draw the pelvic floor in, feel that rib cage come in as the air comes out of my lungs. And the pressure is all going out and up. Again, inhale. Pressure rises as my abdominal cavity expands through the back end of the pelvic floor, and exhale, light squeeze of the pelvic floor, not of my core, by the way. I hope I've emphasized that enough. As we're exhaling, we're not squeezing our core to press our air out. When we're exercising, we do that some, kind of like a mini brace. But when we're here relaxing, our abs should be relaxed. So our pelvic floor is relaxing, our abs are relaxing. As we lightly squeeze and the air comes out, it's a passive motion to get that air out, right? We're not pushing that air out, because a lot of times what that means is we're also pushing and bearing down out, but we want to be lightly lifting that pelvic floor and letting that air naturally come out of our lungs. Sorry, random tangent on that. Okay, let's do a couple more. Inhale. Rib cage expands, air down into our pelvic cavity, into our pelvic floor, relaxing, and exhale, lightly drawing the pelvic floor. Naturally let that air come out, naturally let that rib cage draw in. All right, we're gonna do our quick squeezes now, so inhale, relax, and exhale, squeeze. Relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze. Last one, relax, squeeze, relax, ready for a long hold, squeeze, hold, keep breathing, hold, hold, and relax. So again, when we start doing those quick squeezes and the long holds, I don't care anymore about the breath, but I do want you to start nice and relaxed, so we're not forgetting that piece. If we start tense, then we're gonna have nowhere to go from there. You can relax while you're exhaling, by the way. Yes, actually, let's try that real quick. I want you to think about keeping your pelvic floor fairly relaxed, not like, again, no bearing down, just think about relaxing and then keep breathing. Inhale and exhale, nice 360 breaths. So rib cage lightly expands out, diaphragm drops, air goes into abdominal cavity. But we're keeping that relaxation as the rib cage draws back in. So we're just focusing on that 360 breath. I'm just letting that pelvic floor chill out. Yay, no matter where you are, lying on your back there. Probably not a lot of variations, but we're going over to our side. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to do a world's greatest stretch. Come all the way over on all fours. Even better, actually. Bring one leg up into a low lunge. If your hands can't quite reach all the way, that is fine. If they can, there's a little tight, that's okay too. You're stretching that inside, love it. If it's available to you, I want you to tuck that back toe under and straighten that leg out. Oh yeah. From either here or here, we're going to twist open towards that leg that's in the front, and then we're going to bring the elbow down on the inside and try to touch it towards the floor. I'm not getting there. And then inhale back out. Again, you can straighten this leg out if you want to. You can do this on the breath if you want to. We're going to do 5 or 6. On each side. This is called the world's greatest stretch, and for good reason. It kind of hits everything. Let's go the other side. Hands on the inside of that front foot. Here, we're here. Twisting open towards that front leg. Try not to let it fall too far open. You want to try to keep that foot flat and center on the ground. Elbow comes down. And if you can get that elbow to kind of reach not just towards the floor, but towards that opposite wrist, you can make an additional nice stretch across your spine. Oh, yeah. And lovely. Now I'm going to come down to my side. By the way, on those world greatest, if you want to take your time, do more, go slower. Please do. They are quite lovely, especially if it's a new move to you and you want to try to figure that out. Side lying leg raises. Bottom leg can be bent to secure you. Keep the hip stacked. Arm here or here to make sure my shoulders stay stacked. Flex that foot towards my face and forward. Try not to go out. Trying to stay straight up. Don't have to raise very high. Turn in the back side on the outside on 4, 10 to 12 raises per side. Let's go other side. Bend, stack, flex. 1, 8, 11, and 12. Good. Hey. Grab yourself a light to medium weight. Hold it at the front rack, which means my elbow is inside. That weight's resting on my shoulder, so I'm not using a whole lot of my arm. We don't want to be out here. We will use our arm, but in a second. We're going to reverse lunge, step back with the same leg that my weight's in, and as I stand up, I'm going to press overhead, reset back to my shoulder. Same leg, reverse to a push press, reset. So I'm using the momentum of standing out of my lunge to press that weight overhead. 5 or 6 on each side. Making sure when I end at the top, my arm is right by my ear. Trying to keep that wrist straight and keeping my ribcage down. It's a nice, whoops, back to my front rack. Then press, reset. You can do that in a stagger as well. I'll show you that in round 2 because we are doing another one. Grab yourself a band, straight arm band pulls. We have seen this one. Step on that band. Roll the shoulders back. Rib cage is down. Lightly turn those glutes on. Only pull into my nose. Don't pull too far up overhead. Keep those wrists straight. Keep those arms straight. Good. 8 to 12 of those, guys. And we're going to do little hops as promised. We are continuing those opportunities to jump. If you cannot, you're going to do that nice little side shuffle, side to side that we've done before. If you are hopping, a little pony hop. Pony hop. So it's like a sideways skip. Makes me feel very jazzercisey, like I need to do this with my hands. You can pick up the pace if you want. I am tapping my foot next to it, so I'm not hanging out here. I'm actually going both feet over. I don't know how many I've done. Maybe just get that heart rate up a little bit. 15 to 20, 16 to 20 if you want to make it even. And we're going to repeat those last 4. So leg raises on our side. And 12. Check in, make sure you're not doing this. Keep that hip down, don't let it open up. Want to mostly get our glutes today. And wait for that reverse lunge push press. We are staggering, we're still starting with that weight lightly on our shoulder. Stagger, press, reset, stagger, reset, full lunge, press. I don't think that was enough actually. Or maybe I got thrown off because I was staggering. Am I even? Nobody knows. That's okay. I think it all evens itself out, right? Well, sometimes not. All right, here we go, band pulls. Think about that good neutral stacking. When I say rip down, remember I'm not sucking in. I just don't want to be arching my back or pulling my shoulders up towards my ears and scrunching my neck. No jaw tension. It's just me reminding myself to not clench my jaw. My pelvic floor PT would tell you that jaw tension actually is related to pelvic floor tightness. I don't know the details of that. Please ask your professionals. What's my last thing? Oh, hops. Pony up. 3, 4, 20, 6, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. Water sloshing around in my belly on that one too. It's okay, it means I'm well hydrated. All right, warmed up, breath work, a little extra education in that one too today. Going rogue on ya. Hope that actually was helpful. And yeah, I already said this, but all we need is a set of weights. Have a variety if you can, so you can switch up if you want to go heavy or light throughout the workout. If you only have one set, make do, change up intensity based on the load you have. Load, i.e. weight, and resistance band. Get yourself some water, and we'll go here in just a second. Okay, 3, 2, 1. We're starting out with a death march. This is normally done as like an actual like walking march. We're gonna do it in place. Go ahead and grab yourself some weights. We're gonna do a front lunge, coming down into a 90-90 position. Weights go down to the floor, bring them back up, bicep curl press, and reset back up. Other side, tap, curl, press, on up. You can do alternating 4, anywhere from 10 to 12, and feel free to make this a nice fluid motion of tapping it up. You do not have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. You can go fast. Do, 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 do. If you'd like to. And here we go. I don't know how many that was. Be very mindful, please, as you come down. You're likely doing some rounding. That's okay, but I want you to be not going too heavy, because if it's too heavy and you try to pull yourself up, that's not going to feel good. Your hip hinging, be mindful with your core, and you're slightly rounded. That should be just fine. If you're doing this as a stagger, lean over, come up. You can do a little bit around there too, but you can be a little bit more mindful about keeping your spine nice and straight. And makes me feel like I need to whisper when I start breathing hard and trying to talk to you. Okay, again, 8 to 12 total, alternating of those death marches. Stand on up, feet together nice and tight. We're going to pretend like there's a line next to us, and we're going to hop back and forth over that line. If you're not jumping or if that's too much, you can do the same little skip that we were doing in our warm-up, or you can do the same step shuffle if you need to. But double foot hop over the line, trying to be nice and soft when we land. I don't want you to go boom, boom. I'd like you to be, if you need to pause as you jump back and forth, pause. If you want to rebound, rebounding's a little bit more vigorous, but do try to keep your feet together. I don't want you to be out here. I want you to be nice and tight. Is anybody ski? It's like a ski move, right? Although we all have those big skis these days. All right, 20 to 30, that's a lot. I didn't do that many, but I was talking, so the next round, you'll definitely gonna see me doing some more lateral hops. Grab a single weight. This one's more of the medium variety. If you have the options, or go heavy, I don't know. Give it a try. We're gonna do around the world. We did these before in a lunge or a half kneel position, but we're gonna do them standing. So being mindful as we go around our head, keeping as close as we can, not letting our torso move. So we should be using our core, should be heavy enough that we really feel that core turning on, so we're not arching our back as we come around. Anywhere from 5 to 6, going both directions, so you do want to switch. I already did that, hopefully you saw it. Switching both ways. This is more stable, this is less stable. You can even do a little kick stand or single leg if you really wanted to challenge your balance on those. And last, we're doing a dead bug. Yay, I feel like it's been a while, and I love these. These are so great for us. On our backs. As always, you have options. Modified is still going to be a heel tap. Opposite arm to feel a little extra stretch across and bringing it back to center. Making sure we're focusing to turn those lower transverse abs on. So we're not just getting those main abs popping out and working for us, but we're feeling and knowing that those deeper lower abs are working. So tap, we can go from a tap into a adding the arms, which I just did, into a straight leg if we want, hover above the ground, or some modification thereof. So between here and here, you can find some place that feels a little extra challenging. So you can extend your leg a little bit straighter to get a little bit more core engagement on those. If at any time you want to come back to a heel slide, you are welcome to do so. So 10 to 12 dead bugs of any of those varieties. Back up to our death marks. And yeah, round 2. Step out, tap. I know it threw me off. And tuck my toe in the back. Another good thing to think about if you have dumbbells, you don't have to tap both of the heads. You can just tilt and tap one if you don't want to lean over quite that far. So watch the difference. Double tap versus single tap, single head tap. These are heads on either side of this dumbbell. Oh, I'm sorry. Totally bounce it off the ground. Be more gentle, Jules. There we go. This is my last one. I don't know, but it feels like enough. We've been doing a lot of reverse lunging, by the way. So lunging forward might feel different, harder. All right, lateral hops, feet nice and tight together. Here I am resetting so I can be nice and gentle in my landing versus a rebound versus a hop. What'd I say, 20 to 30 of those? Yeah, that's good. Good count. Round the world. Here I'm at an angle starting at my chin, or front rack elbows can be down too. But they're gonna come up around my head, keeping it nice and tight, keeping my spine straight, my core engaged. Other way. Yes. To the floor for my dead bugs. Oh, 15 minutes. That's what we're doing, by the way, if we didn't remember that. We're like halfway through now, so yay. All right, I'm gonna do a full expression with my leg straight on this dead bug. I'm still trying to kind of catch my breath, so I'm not necessarily doing these on a secure breath, but I am feeling solid in the core. I don't feel like my breathing is uncontrolled. I'm just not necessarily inhaling to brace and exhaling to squeeze, which we usually have been doing, but we don't have to. It all depends on how secure that core is feeling, if it needs that extra attention. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it's too much. Maybe it just needs a break. Back to my death march. Make sure you're stepping out enough that when you come down, your weight is still in the center of that midfoot. I don't want you to do a baby lunge and then come forward. Big lunge. So you have enough space for this whole motion. Same with my stagger. I don't think I got my arms all the way up overhead that time. Look, right here. Lateral hops. I feel like I need to be like doing a dance move on that one. It's very jazzercisey, dancey, where I need some good 80s music. All right, around the world, focus on my posture. Maybe I'll try a little kickstand this time. Oh, maybe I'll try a little single stand this time. That felt pretty good. Other direction. I'm really nilly on that side. On my single leg. That's all right. Heel taps this time. Bring it back to the breath because I feel like I might need it. Inhale, lower, exhale, center. Feel my transverse. Yep, they're on. Now I lost track of my arms. And how many I'm doing? A couple more big ones. Ah, good. Did I skip something? No, I did not. Okay, good. That round just went faster. That's a good thing. Less talking, more doing. If you ever feel like you need to reverse lunge instead of lunge forward, if it's bugging your knees, you can totally do that. You just reverse here and then step forward. No worries on that. Like I said, we've mostly been reversing, mostly because it's easier to stay stable, better on the knees, less chance of pitching our chest forward. But it's good to do both. Make sure you have the control, the knee control, core control for either one. 3 minutes left. There's my much more modified version. Get my heart rate down. Around the world, feet together. Other way. Yeah, this maybe feels more awkward for me. Maybe my shoulder's tighter on this side, I don't know. Or maybe it's because I always go that way second, so I'm tired. That could be it. I'm definitely random breathing on this one. But I'm breathing, not holding my breath. Holding the breath, no bueno. Don't do that. Yes. That's top of the order. Yeah, I'm gonna get in a little bit more. A little over a minute. Let's do it. Yee! Sorry, I bounced him again. Control! Here we go. Coming down to it. 30 seconds left. All right. I'm gonna go the way I usually go second. First. Getting tired. Don't start moving that spine. 3, 2, 1. Be even. I want to be even. Here we go. Good work, y'all. All right. Whew. 15 minutes here on day 19. We did it. We're going to come down for some stretching. Butterfly. I started with it. I'm going to end with it. Sounds nice. Today, again, depending on flexibility, space needed in your pelvis for bellies and otherwise, looking behind me, you might want to put your back up against the wall and or, scoot your feet out a little bit farther to help hold this stretch without straining anything else. We're straining. It should be relaxing. Lean forward if you can. If it feels okay. You can also put your feet farther out and lean forward. Hang the head. You can flap your butterfly wings if you'd like to. Then we're gonna go legs straight out. Yes. If you need to, again, leave your back against the wall for this. If you can feel a hamstring stretch while keeping your back flat and not having to force it, do this. Yay. We're gonna reach towards one toe. If you can't quite reach it, go ahead and bend it slightly until you can grab that foot. And you can press it away if that feels okay, or keep it slightly bent, but you do want to put some pressure so you feel your hamstring stretch. And I would love it if you would get various angles so you can move the hip joint in and out to get a variety of angles on your hamstring. And other side. Keeping the other one out, same way. Bend the knee if you need to. Oh, a little scooting on the mat there. This side's tighter. Yep. Okay. And rock and roll from that hip joint. Toes in, toes out, knee in, knee out. But knee is still tracking with my toe, right? One leg comes in. Well, actually, I'm going to bring them both kind of in. I'm going to do a controlled ankle rotation. So I'm going to hold under my hamstrings so my shoulders can stay fairly relaxed and I'm not doing anything weird with my back. Or I can hold my shin because I don't want my knee joint to move. I want just my ankle to move in a nice, big, slow, very slow, controlled circle. So they want to push the outer limits of the ankle mobility. Trying to stop anywhere that feels extra tight. Again, not twisting at my knee, pushing at every angle. As that ankle goes around, I'm gonna go like 3 or 4 big, slow, controlled circles on each side. This is a tight ankle right here. Have you ever had an ankle injury? You might notice one side is not the same as the other. Well, even if you haven't had an ankle injury, you might notice one side is not the same as the other. Our feet, our ankles need so much love because we're on them all of the time. Good. Yay. All right. That's it for us today. Lay and stretch as long as your heart desires, and I will see you soon for day 20.